I have been wanting to do this for a long time. And every Sunday I try to do it, but I just sleep. Let's just see if I can do it this Sunday. First of all, I know somebody is going to say it like, Manpreet, what are you doing with makeup on in the middle of the night? So I'm going to take off the makeup and then get to reading. Now I think it looks like I'm going to do a 24-hour readathon. I am going to continue reading Telltale by Jeffrey Archer. I am on page number, just a minute, 105, and this book is 231 pages long, so just 100 pages to be read in this book and about like 6 stories to be done. So I'll break these stories with some other book that I'm going to pick. I'll decide that and let you guys know. Okay, approximately 1 hour later, I have read 2 stories from Telltale and I'm on page number 153 now, so approximately 50 pages done in 1 hour. Now I'm switching up the book because I've read 2 short stories and I don't want to read all of them together. So to pick up a new book, I am going to try reading The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. So this is a gifted copy. Helly actually sent me this copy a couple of months back and I really want to just try it out. I do not have much idea about this book, so let's just see. Okay, I've read 37 pages of The Boy in the Striped Pajamas and now I'm feeling way too sleepy. This is why I can't do a 24-hour readathon. I just can't just not sleep, and I think you're supposed to stay awake for 24 hours. I won't be doing that. I'm going to go to sleep, get up early, and then I'll read more. Good morning, guys. So it's about 8 a.m. and I'm going to start reading again. Should we start, Fro? Should we start? Okay, so I am left with just 2 stories from this book, Telltale. It's basically like crime stories, people committing crimes, people committing forgeries or robberies and stuff like that. There's no robbery in this, but like, you know, stealing money or, you know, just doing like illegal stuff. And I'm really liking it. Like, I did not like the first few stories. I kind of felt them a bit like flat, but now I'm just like happy about it. There is this one story that really changed me, changed my perception, and that was like The Wasted Hour. And after that I have just, you know, felt good about all the stories. So just 2 stories left and then I'll be done with the book 1 of my 24-hour readathon. Guys, in the morning itself I have just finished reading Telltale by Jeffrey Archer. I actually really enjoyed it. Like, first few stories I was like, okay, is this it? Because it was more like a crime novel, no mystery, not much of a mystery, not much of a thriller. And I looked back upon the time when I had enjoyed several crime novels, and then I was like, Manpreet, you just have to like stop expecting any mystery and thriller from it. So just, you know, go in with the right expectations. And then there was this one story that completely changed my whole opinion about the book. So all in all, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a good like weekend read. I would give it like 4 out of 5 stars. Collection of short stories, so anybody can read it. People who are short on time can read it. And that's book number 1. I finished reading in this 24-hour readathon. Don't say I'm cheating, okay? Because there are some books. This is a book that I was already reading, but I just have to finish the books. Maybe this is a readathon when I finish all my pending books. Not all, because I do not really have the mood to read some Indian novels that anyway, I'm going to start some other book now. I'm going to have a little bit of breakfast and probably read a few pages from this. This is something that I just want to start. This is 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferris. And I did start reading this book a while back, but then I didn't. And I was like, and now this is going to be like my short story book. Now, what is that? See, I will mainly read The Boy in the Striped Pajamas now. and when I feel like okay, I have to take a break from the story, I will pick up like a few pages of this book. And I also have to finish this one because I'm working with the author of this book and I actually am really liking it, so I just have to finish it. But this is the sort of book that I would have to keep reading, so I'll keep it on my coffee table and just flip through it whenever I need it. So yeah, I really like this, and I just feel like this is the kind of book you want to remember, like you want to remember the text, okay? Because there's so much of like info in it, and you really need to read it over and over again to grasp that info. But yeah, this is something I really need to finish, but right now I'm in the mood. So this is the thing about me, I cannot read if I'm not in the mood. So right now, like, I really want to read this and I really am liking it, but right now I want to continue reading these two books, so I'm gonna do just that. Okay, listen to me. If you guys are gonna think that I'm wearing the same t-shirt since 2 days, that's totally not true. I actually have 3 of these for myself. This is again the large size. I'm somehow not able to locate where my XL size t-shirt is. But yeah, now I need to start reading again because I want to be really serious about this 24-hour readathon and do a lot of reading. Guys, I just knew somebody is gonna say it, so my mother said it. So what I did was, yesterday I was wearing this t-shirt, not this one, but a bookworm t-shirt, okay? And today I just took a bath and wore the second piece. I have like 3 pieces for myself. And my mom was like, you took a bath and wore the same t-shirt in summer. I'm just like, somebody had to say it. So my mom became that person who said it. Time is running by really fast because it's 1 p.m. and I'm done with 80 pages of this book. This is basically a children's novel, but based in the time of, I won't say it's a children's novel, it is a children's novel, I would say, it's safe to say that. And I am yet to see like the details of the book on the internet, which I like to do once I'm done reading with the book. Sometimes it's good to just know about the context of the book before reading it, so it's just, hit and trial most of the times. But this book is about like this little kid whose father is in a power position in the government in the Nazi Germany. So it's set in the World War II, and it's about this guy, and they move to this weird place, and I believe, I won't like to tell you more about this, but I am really liking it. It's very, very simple but like heavy on heart, and I'm done with 82 pages. It's 1 p.m. I am hoping to make more progress. I've been reading, I think ever since I woke up I have been reading with just a few breaks, so I think it's good. I am not going to pressure myself into reading like more than I can normally read. I'm just gonna try to read, like focus on reading instead of using social media or watching a TV show or doing anything else. So that's just my way of doing my 24-hour readathon. Okay, I have to say that I am really liking this book. I mean, it's a children's novel sort of thing, but it just makes me feel like, what are Indian authors doing? Really, I can just see 2 books in front of me, The Secrets We Keep by Sudeep Nagarkar and even You Are the Best Wife. I'm really liking it, but when I compare those books with books like these are just like 100 times better. The writing, the maturity in the writing, and not like complication wise, okay? The text is very smooth, very easy, and something a kid could read, but it's not kiddish. There's a huge difference. It's just like in the book itself, some people that call this boy little man, and some people call this boy young man, and he has an utmost amount of respect for the people who call him young man instead of little man. And that is just it. That is just my way of explaining how, like, most of the Indian texts, while trying to be easy, while it's a good thing that they're easy, but they just cross that line of becoming like kiddish. So it's just disappointing. I don't know like why. It's just disappointing, and I just wish things change. And there's a little bit of like young man style in Indian novels, and they're not kiddish. They should be simple but not kiddish. Like seriously, this Secrets We Keep by Sudeep Nagarkar, it's just like the fact that so many people still like such books, it just bothers me at so many levels. Okay, I just wish people get hold of better books and find out how good text, good stories, and good stuff really is like. And it's easy enough for you to start and read even as a beginner. I just wish that happens soon. The authors who are trying to just write such pieces of content, they are not the only people who are at fault here. They are not the only stakeholders. It's just that people are reading such stuff, and that's why such stuff is being published over and over and over again. If people would stop accepting such shallow and bad pieces of content, authors would be pushed to work a little bit harder, to be a little bit more well read before they pen down their books. And we'll have great gems in India too that will be read by people outside this country as well. So yeah, I think that is just one of my dreams that I hope comes true by the time I get old and move to hell or heaven. Some of the books are really something I would suggest to even a foreigner, but most of the Indian books I know like they have much better stuff over there to read, so they are not like going to be satisfied with such stuff. So I wish this changes soon. I need to get back to reading. On page number 107, let's start reading again. It's about 4:15 and I just finished reading this book. It was particularly difficult to read the last chapter of the book, and I still can't really talk about it. I feel like books that make you cry, it's easier to process those books, but this one is just tough to process. So I'll talk more about it later on in this vlog, but I just finished reading this book number 2 of 24-hour readathon. Okay guys, so I have officially finished 2 books, and now I have a difficult decision to make. First decision is not a difficult one, it's an easy one, and that is to just finish this one, which if my camera decides to hold steady, I can talk more about. This is not much of a task, so I'm not even like bothering about it as a book to be read because it's just a few pages left, so I'll do that. Next, I have to pick one book, okay? And I don't think I'll be able to read more than one book because it's about like 5 p.m. and I also think that I need a break. I have been reading like way too much. So I have like one option, which is to just finish the book that I have been reading. The books that I've been reading. These are the 2 books. But I'm not particularly happy with these 2 books. So this readathon has been going really well because I read 2 books that I really like and about to finish the 3rd book that I really like. So I don't want to pick up something that just makes me want to drag my reading. So this would have to wait until next week. These would have to wait. I also have this. Now I really like Pet Sematary and I really want to continue reading it, but this I don't think I'll be able to finish. I am at page number 195 and this is 464 pages long, and that's not the real trouble. The trouble is that it's Stephen King, and see, the writing is like so dense here, so it may look like just a few hundred pages, but it's much more work than that. So this is also out of like question. Now I'm left with 2 books that I originally picked up, okay? Now, I kind of feel like reading The Hollow because maybe I'm in the crime mood or something. but I just saw the number of pages. This is 384 pages long, and I remember last time I picked up, like a few weeks back, I picked up ABC Murders by Agatha Christie. Then also I took I wasn't reading continuously like I'm reading today, but it took me an entire day to finish that book, and that wasn't so long. So I'm just like, Manpreet, do you really think you're ready to take upon the project of reading 400 pages in the time you have left? Manpreet, do you really think you can do that? If not, if you're doubtful about it, you should be picking up this small book, Little Princess, which is about like 300 pages long, but it's also like a small book with less dense font. So if I have to compare the fonts, this looks like this and this looks like this. So I think, and there is a difference of 100 pages as well. So yeah, it makes sense to read this one, right? I would be a sensible person if I read this one instead of this one. But comment below if you know which one I'm going to pick. Comment below right now. This book has this weird sort of smell that is good but weird. Like a good smell but weird smell. I was on page number 60. I'm gonna be reading about Goddess Saraswati, and I'm loving the sort of like, what do you call them? Like, I forgot the name. I'm loving the illustrations in the book. So let's just finish with this one. So I'll have this like confidence that, Manpreet, you have read 3 books already, and that's a good score. Let's do this. There is a talk of how yoga impacts you and all that, and it talks about how the ultimate aim of this is to inculcate self-discipline in the mind, body and soul. What I like about this book a lot is that it discusses different Hindu gods and goddesses, and it discusses different planets and how to appease those planets and all that astrology thing is going on. But it also talks about how a lot of these things that you do, for example this yoga, it is for your personal development, and it is just, you know, something you would want to do even as a non-believer. So I feel like this book is just something which is appealing to me in both the manners, though I do believe in gods and goddesses, and I do believe in the impact of planets and all that. I do not care about them much, but it's just really enlightening to know about this, and you know, this is something that I would want to read over and over again, so that I'm not doing stuff to just annoy the planets and bring extra difficulties in my life. What I know I'm going to follow is stuff like this, like what would help me get over my anger, or what would help me bring in the self-discipline that I need in my life and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm liking this book, and I'm on page number 74. It's about 100 pages long. So yeah, let's get 103 pages. So let's get done with it. Okay, so I have just finished reading that third book. That is like third book of this day, and I also spent like 1 hour on social media, so I am left with about like 5 hours to start and finish this book. I also need to watch a little bit of 24-hour readathons, because I haven't ever watched all of them from the perspective of doing it, so I don't know if I'll be including all the elements that are required in a 24-hour readathon. Since morning I have been in the mood to read, but now it's just like the willpower and the mood and the affinity towards reading is just gone. But let me just try it. I'm like so not sure if I'll be able to do it. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to do it. Guests in the house. We have renovation work going on, so lots of people in the house, and now there are guests. So most probably this is not going to happen in this readathon. Let's just see. Guys, this is the end of this 24-hour readathon. So I actually didn't end up reading The Hollow by Agatha Christie. I did finish 3 books, so I'm really happy that I actually like read this much after a long time, because of the work I am not able to read so much. My favorite TV shows, Grey's Anatomy, Madam Secretary, they just pull me towards them. But I'm happy I did this. I'm happy that I finally did this readathon because a lot of you guys have been asking me to do it, and I'm sure I didn't do it like it's traditionally done, and I'm sure I just made a few changes to it, but I still hope that you guys would like it. If you do, please make sure you hit a thumbs up. And yes, I'm not going to review all the books that I have read. I actually liked all the 3 books that I read, really liked them, and I have reviewed them in my wrap-up video, so I'll link it down below in the description. It just went up a couple of days back, so check out my mini reviews come wrap-up video to watch the reviews of these books that I read in this particular readathon vlog. And I hope you enjoyed watching it. Please do hit a thumbs up if you did. Please comment down below if you liked it, and if you want me to do more like readathon vlogs like this, or any themed readathon that you would love me to do, I would definitely do it. And yes, that's it for today's reading vlog. Thank you so much for watching it. This is Manvi signing off. I'll be back with another vlog very soon.